They took 27 years from him. The most productive years of a man's life locked in a cell on an island, breaking rocks. Nelson Mandela walked out of that prison and became the president of a free South Africa. He said the imprisonment was not wasted time, it was the longest and most important education of his life. In 1964, Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment by the apartheid government of South Africa. He was 46 at the height of his powers as a lawyer, activist, and leader of the African National Congress. He was sent to Robben Island, a maximum security prison off the coast of Cape Town, to break limestone in a quarry. The sunlight reflecting off the white rock would eventually damage his eyesight permanently. His letters were censored, his visitors were restricted to one every 6 months. The government's intention was simple: to make him disappear. Mandela made a decision in the first weeks that would define the next 27 years. He would not let the prison define what the time meant. He began to study. He learned Afrikaans, the language of his oppressors, not as submission, but as a strategic tool. Know your enemy's language and you know his thinking. He studied South African history, law, economics. He taught fellow prisoners in informal classes. He maintained a daily physical routine with the discipline of an athlete. He refused in every way available to him to become smaller. The reframe that made him extraordinary. Mandela chose to see the imprisonment not as stolen years, but as uninterrupted preparation time. Outside, a leader must divide attention between crisis management, public performance, and political coalition building. Inside a cell, there was only thinking. He used those years to strip away anger. He understood that a man consumed by rage will spend his freedom on revenge, not on building something new. He was preparing himself in silence and obscurity for a role that didn't yet exist. When negotiations for his release finally began in the late 1980s, the apartheid government was startled. The man they had imprisoned at 46 emerged at 71 not as a broken elder, but as the most sophisticated political mind. He spoke Afrikaans. He understood the fears of his former jailers. He had thought through every dimension of South Africa's transition. They had given him time. He had converted it entirely into wisdom. In 1994, Nelson Mandela became the first democratically elected president of South Africa. He invited his former prison guards to his inauguration. He led a truth and reconciliation process. He governed with patience, perspective, and freedom from personal bitterness that no comfortable political experience could have produced. 27 years in a cell had given him something no